Hi everyone, John Casel here. With summer soon upon us and golf courses busy with families enjoying some well-deserved time outside, I wanted to talk to all you parents and kids about our custom engineered, custom fit, and custom built Prodi G junior clubs. Ideally suited for juniors aged 7 to 13, the Prodi G line is developed by the same team of engineers who create all of our high-performance clubs. That means juniors get to experience a lot of the same technology as our tour pros. You can buy any combination of the lighter weight clubs from driver to putter. And we even have 2 sizes of an ultra lightweight stand bag. The clubs are custom built by our team of craftsmen here in Phoenix, Arizona, with each club in the set undergoing the same precision process as our adult clubs to ensure the same quality, performance, and reliability that ping clubs are known for. Of course, before we custom build them, we want your junior to be custom fit. Our data scientists have developed an easy-to-use online fitting tool that provides recommendations for club length, flex, lie angle, and set makeup. I encourage you and your junior golfer to experience the process in the fitting section on our website. We also know some parents are hesitant to invest in premium clubs, knowing their kids may soon grow out of them. We feel your pain. That's why we developed the Prodi G Get Golf Growing program. Here's how it works. Purchase 5 more Prodi G clubs in one transaction and receive a one-time free upgrade to the club specifications. This includes reshafting, lengthening or shortening, reweighting, and regripping. It's like getting 2 sets for the price of 1. You can find all of the details of the program at ping.com. And for those of you looking for opportunities for your kids to get involved in golf this summer, I strongly encourage you to sign up for the PGA Junior League. It's a wonderful and safe way for your kids to have some fun this summer and fall in love with a game they can play for a lifetime. Have a great summer on the golf course, and let's get golf growing.
Hello, my name is Greg Gross, and welcome to the 2020 Patriot All-America Junior Clinic presented by Ping. Scott Johnson here with me. Scott is the director for the First Tee here in Phoenix, and we are thrilled to be here at the Wigwam today for our first virtual clinic. Yes, it is 2020. Scott, tell us a little bit about the First Tee here.
Thanks very much. The First Tee Phoenix, we've got 15 locations across the Phoenix area. We have sent this out to all of our kids here locally and to all the chapters across the U.S. Dedicated with the First Tee. So I just want to thank everybody. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate this very much. Again, as you said, 2020, normally we'd have 80 to 90 kids out here doing a clinic prior to the players coming out, but this is the next best thing. So again, thank you very much, and good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you, Scott. So obviously it's 2020. We're living in the world of COVID. We're going to be socially distanced out here from this clinic. Fair enough, guys? Why don't you take a step farther back? A wider. Yeah, that's perfect. Get a little farther away there. That's perfect. So at this time, let me ask these our clinicians to introduce themselves. First up, David Laskin. Talk about yourself, David.
Hi, everybody. My name is David Laskin. I am from Elk Grove, California, which is just outside of Sacramento, California. I'm a 5th-year senior at the University of Arizona. Again, thank you, COVID, for that. I actually got started in the First Tee. My mom, when I was 6 years old, took me and my sisters out to the First Tee in Sacramento at Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. And I got started out there. The First Tee is kind of where I really wanted to start playing golf. I played in, I don't know if they still call it the Little Leaguers program. I started there and won the end-of-the-year tournament when I was 8 years old. And I was all like, wow, I actually kind of really want to start playing this game. And I got my first real set of clubs was the Ping Moxie set. And that kind of got me really started. And now I'm just playing a lot of amateur and college golf and getting ready to turn professional next year.
Thanks, David. Next up, we have Charlie Musto.
Hey everyone, I'm Charlie Musto. I come from Stonor, Virginia, which is about 30 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. I grew up playing golf my whole life. Got in high school, I realized I wanted to do something more, so I decided to play golf at the Naval Academy. And come this spring will be my last season there, so it's been a good run.
And next, Sean Yu.
Hi everyone, my name is Sean. I'm a senior at San Jose State University. I was born in Taipei, Taiwan, which is about 14-hour flight from LA. I am a communications major, and I started playing golf when I was 9. My dad took me to a small driving range in a small town, and I just immediately fell in love with it. Been really playing golf ever since, and I think I knew what I was doing. And when I was like 13, I wanted to become a professional golfer.
Finally, our feature today, Ryan Rathbusher.
Hi, my name is Ryan Rasmussen. I've been playing golf for about 6 years. I'm in 5th grade, and I go to school at Elk. I'm a 5th grader. I go to school at elementary in Goodyear, Arizona. I've been playing golf for about 6 years, and I first saw my dad playing golf. Golf when I was born, I really liked it, so I wanted to start playing. I got my first set of clubs when I was about 4 years old, and I went to lessons out there and started getting really good. So my dad put me in a golf tournament on the West Kids. I really enjoyed it.
So, hey, talk about going up, really influential in playing golf. And what about who's the best tip you ever got?
Yeah, so I would say probably some of the most influential people are obviously my parents. They got me started in the game. I grew up on a golf course in Elk Grove, West Valley High Country Club, and I was able to go out there with my sister anytime I kind of wanted, and we just started playing the game there. And my first coach, Dave Bingham, he kind of got me started in the game, kind of really started really honing my skills and getting better. So to have him there and showing me the ropes of how to really start playing golf and how to make good swings was he was a really influential person in my life. And I guess probably one of the best tips I got when I was younger was to always hold your finish. It's really shows good intention to your target, and when you hold your finish and have good balance, it's going to really make it easier for you to hit good shots. And if that's like your focus starting out, I think that's a really good tip to have. So I started playing golf ever since I could pretty much walk, thanks to my parents, mostly my dad, who introduced me to the game. Throughout my years, I bounced around a couple of swing coaches, one a close family friend who was instrumental in my growth as a person, not only on the golf course but off. I then went to a swing coach called Steve Bossash, who helped take my game to the next level. Kind of focus more on the intricacies of the game, and so that led me to college golf. And I think the best tip that I ever got growing up is to just make sure your fundamentals are down, posture, alignment, and grip. With those three things, you can play some good golf.
Sean, in Taiwan, who was your most influential young person?
Definitely my dad. I didn't really have a coach growing up. My dad was always the guy for me. He would basically just read off magazines on the tips on how to swing a golf club, basically, and teach me how to do it from there. I think the
with everybody watching, we're encouraging you all to call in with questions. We've got our first questions here. I think the question was directed towards the University of Arizona, and it was, what happened at the Territory Cup?
That's a tough question. I don't know. We've got a new football coach now, so I'm hoping that kind of get off the ground a little bit, get some wins going next year, and hopefully it's a better season. I'll just chalk it up to 1 year, not great. I think we might still lead the overall record over ASU, so I'll still take that.
Great first question, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now I encourage you all to send in the questions. So now we're going to talk a little bit about golf, and we're going to get started here. So we're going to start with Charlie. Tell the juniors what you do to warm up for a round of golf, be it just with your mom and dad or in a tournament.
So I'll usually start by going to the range, getting my body loose. Start with your higher clubs, wedges, get those kind of dialed in, and then just work my way through the bag, ending with a couple drivers, and go putt, chip a little bit, whatever I'm kind of feeling that day with short game, and then head off to the first tee.
Okay. So Charlie, why don't you grab what club you want to warm up with? I want to have you kind of demonstrate some of your practice before the round. Okay?
Sure. Grab a wedge.
So you're going to start with the shorter club. Is that right?
Yeah, I usually start with the shorter clubs, easier to hit.
Get some golf balls for you. You just keep talking what you're thinking about.
So usually for the first couple balls, I'll just kind of hit out into the range, see how I'm feeling over the golf ball. After I hit a couple, I'll start to pick out some targets, which is a really important thing. As you go through the game, you always want to be target oriented. So I'll pick out a target, that's usually on line with the distance for this club, and I'll hit a few.
It's about what, 90, 95 yards?
Yeah,
yards?
that's about like 100 to 110.
So you're going to start with your shorter clubs. About how early do you start? It's for a tournament round, okay? How far ahead do you start prior to your tee time?
About an hour.
Okay, so you got about an hour. That includes range and also the putting green, right?
Right, yeah, I would say about 30 on the range and then 15 short game and putting.
Often we see junior golfers, they run up and they grab their driver because that's the one they want to hit. But it's important to talk to them about working up through the set as they warm up.
Sure. I think that's just the child. I still have that ambition. To just hit the ball as far as you can. But I think it's important to start with the shorter clubs, just to get your body loose, get your hands dialed in, get your body warmed up, and then once you get to that driver, let it rip.
Okay.
Charlie, do you ever stretch before the round? I do. Yeah, I do stretch before the round. That's something that kind of came on once I got to college golf, playing at a high level. We have our trainer, and he talks about how important it is to keep your body in good shape, especially with golf. You see people later in age, they have a lot of back problems and all that stuff. So just making sure you're loose and stretched out and ready to go.
Yeah, I definitely try to incorporate stretching through my routine, especially even for a fun round of golf, not just tournaments and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Obviously, being older, I know about bad backs. If I can bend over and tee the ball up, that's a start, okay?
Right.
All right, so we talk about warming up, stretching, all those wonderful things. So now let's talk about some fundamentals. And I think you mentioned in posture, grip, and alignment, those things, we call them PGA, posture, grip, and alignment, okay? So Sean, come on up. Let's talk about, you want to get a 5-iron or you want to get, you're gonna,
Yeah, I'll get it.
okay? And let's talk about grip. And then we're going to get David talking about the grip too. All right. So there's different types of grips, right? When you were little, did you start off with 10-finger grip?
Yes, I started with the baseball grip.
a baseball grip, which is all 10 fingers on the grip. That's because you weren't strong enough. Now, did you have your thumb straight down? Or show the camera here what you looked like when you were a junior.
It was about my thumb was overlapping, and the other hand was basically on top of the left hand.
Kind of like a baseball grip.
Yeah, kind of like a baseball.
And you did that for about to what age? What do you figure?
About 11, 12. So about 2 years into my golf career.
Okay. So then you started working on the grip that you have today. Is that correct?
Yep.
And try and talk about that and show the juniors what you did.
So I started overlapping my grip. So I started with my left hand and the thumb on top of the logo, and I'll overlap with my right hand, and my little finger would basically be over my index finger, and put my right hand over the top of the left thumb.
Now, where is your left thumb? Is it straight down the shaft?
Yep. Left thumb is straight down the shaft.
Okay. Are your palms facing each other, pretty much?
Basically, yes.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So, did you ever really change your grip when you were younger, or did you just stay with it?
I stayed with it. I try not to mess around too much with the grip because it takes a while to get used to it.
And what about grip pressure?
Grip pressure, you basically want to hold it soft enough to the point where the little bird that you're trying to keep inside your hand won't fly away, and you don't want to hold it too tightly that you want to kill it.
And yet you're not going to let go of the club because when you hit it, you're instinctively going to grip it tighter, correct?
Yeah.
And so, guys, junior golfers, you remember when everybody wanted to grip it to death? We don't want to do that. We want to grip it lightly all the way through until we hit it, okay? All right, so David, come up here. Now, you've got a little bit different grip. Stay up here, Sean, because we're going to prepare it here. So you talk about your grip, okay? Because yours is a little bit different.
Yeah, mine's a little bit different than Sean's. He overlaps, and if I did that, I feel like I'm going to break my finger. So I interlock, and I'm sure if he tried to do that, he'd feel like he's going to break his pinky off. So I'm like same with Sean. I kind of try to keep it to where my glove hand is kind of, the thumb is going straight down the shaft, and then I put it in where I interlock my pointer finger and my pinky finger, and then put it on the club. And then kind of like one of the most important things that I was taught growing up is the V's that your hands make when you put it on the club are both pointed towards your right shoulder. And that usually gives you a pretty neutral grip. And I mean, a lot of people have different styles of grips, like DJ grips, it's super strong, where his right hand's a little bit underneath the club and he hits it. It's a little bit more shut at the top and hits hold off fades all day. And there's other guys that have a little bit weaker grip where their hand's more on top of the glove hand. And that makes it probably hit a little bit shorter than DJ, but hit a little bit more cuts with that. So,
David, and I guess Sean as well, what would you say is the determining factor for going with the overlap or the interlock?
I think it just probably feels what's best for me. I felt pretty good with it when I hit the ball, so I didn't really want to change anything else.
Yeah, I want to say for me it just kind of felt really natural. I have a little bit smaller hands, so when I was growing up, I had somebody tell me with smaller hands it might be better to overlap than interlock because my fingers weren't big enough to be able to fit over the club like they do now. So, I mean, just because I've stuck with it for so long, I've just stuck with interlock.
So, guys, let's bring Ryan up. Y'all look at his grip and let's talk about it a little bit. Charlie, why don't you kind of help out there?
Sure.
So what kind of grip?
Okay, let's see it on the ground. Yeah, so I would say his hand position right there is pretty good for a 10-finger grip, like David mentioned. These two little beads right here, they're pointing in pretty much the right spot. That looks pretty good to me.
How old are you, Ryan?
I'm 10.
So you started, when did you switch from 10-finger grip? When did you all start?
Probably when I was like 10 or 11, I started interlocking.
Or around 12.
I go around that.
So just about your age, pretty soon you're going to go into the grip that you'll probably have the rest of your life, okay? Sound like a winner? We've got a question here, guys. Came in, it said, and we're going to go back a second, it said, what happens when you're warming up, like you were talking about your warm-up, and you're not hitting it well on the range? What do you do? It's a great question.
Sure. That's a good question. I know, you know, in the past years, I've had times where I warm up great and go out and shoot 80, and other times I warm up poorly and go out and shoot 68. So I mean, I wouldn't put too much thought into how you're, you know, how the ball is coming off the face really, because when you get out and play, you want to forget about all the mechanics, all that good stuff, and just, you know, go out and play the game. And just try to get the ball in the hole as quickly as you can.
There's an old saying, guys, I'm sure you've heard it in baseball, you don't throw strikes in the bullpen. So just because you don't hit it well on the range has nothing to do with what's going to happen on the first tee. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's keep on going on. That's a great question there. So let's keep on going with some of the fundamentals now. Okay, so let's talk. Sean, let's get you up there. You're the tallest one here. Let's talk about your posture. Okay, talk about the things that are important to you. You can describe it, then you'll turn around so they can kind of see it. Okay.
So for me, I'm a little taller than normal. I would stand what's comfortable for me to hit the ball, and then I'll put my arms straight down. Obviously, not too tight and not too soft. What's comfortable for you is the best position. So ball position for 5 irons, a little bit just off the left heel, a little bit, probably 2 inches off the left heel, and then set yourself up in a comfortable position. And let your arms hang out straight down. Like that.
All right, so David, talk about his back, his straight, his knees, all the different stuff. Talk about that. In fact, I'm going to have you, Sean, turn around and aim that way so they can actually see your posture from behind, okay? All right? Why don't you, David, why don't you talk about those important things?
Yeah, so it looks really good because he's got a really flat back and it looks like he's in an athletic position. You don't want to be too straight-legged because you won't gain enough power, and too squatty to where it's going to be really hard to make good contact. So when you got a good athletic position where he's got just a slight knee bend and also has a good flat back, I think he'll be able to make a really good turn and hit solid shots from that position no matter what.
So, Sean, your knees are flexed. Did you ever play baseball growing up?
Tiny bit.
Okay, so shortstop, you got to have your knees flexed because what happens? You've got to be able to go left or right. So if you keep the knees like a shortstop, that's a great way to see how much you need to. Okay. All right. So now let's get in here. Let's get David in here talking about alignment. You guys come over here and you can make some comments as he goes through. So talk about alignment, David. What that means, and then you guys can talk a little bit about how you get describe it to you. Okay.
Yeah, just kind of like Charlie said, you should always kind of have a target intention when you're out on the range or even on the course. You're trying to hit it at a certain spot. And how I kind of see it, I use alignment rods, or just pieces of plastic that you can kind of put down on the range to be able to check your alignment. And they're like 2 railroad tracks going out. So for me, I like to aim my face at the target, and my feet should be parallel left to that line. So it should be just slightly left, but still on like the same line. It shouldn't be too different of a variation unless you're trying to work the ball a certain way. So for me, I just kind of get those 2 railroad tracks in my head when I'm setting up to the ball, and when I feel like I'm in a good position to where I'm trying to start the ball and finish the ball, it's usually a good spot.
So I'm going to ask the guys to come up, put a couple of clubs down there like a railroad track, and watch how he sets up there. Okay? Just put them out there like you're going to go down. Okay?
Yeah,
so what the guys are doing here is they're putting down 2 clubs, and think of those as a railroad track that go all the way out.
Yeah.
Go all the way out. And so you're going to set up parallel to those.
Yes, parallel.
Okay. Or it could be right angles, whatever you want to think.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of like to use this one that's closer to the club face for the face alignment. And obviously, this one's just going to be slightly to the left of the target but it's still parallel, so you'll still be aimed straight. I always think that the club face is about 80 to 90% of where the ball goes. So when the club face is aimed at the target, it's usually going to go there.
Okay, so you're set up and those railroad tracks go out towards the target.
Yeah.
But is the ball going to go straight towards the target, or is it going to fall left or right?
It kind of depends on the shot that I'm trying to hit. So when I try to hit a draw, I'll maybe stagger my feet a little bit to where they're slightly closed, and have the face still pointed at the target, and then try to swing along my feet line to hit it out to the right and let it draw to the left. And then if I want to hit a fade, I do the opposite and stagger my feet to where it's like slightly open to the target and have the ball position a little bit further forward and be able to swing along my feet line, start it a little left and fade it to the right.
Perfect. So why don't we get Ryan up here and you guys evaluate his setup and all those good things.
So what's your target, Ryan?
I usually just like to aim straight at any target out there that's on the range or anything.
So like the red pole out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks pretty good. His knees
good.
bent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
Back
shot.
straight.
That's really nice.
Back's really flat.
Now, what about his hands? Are they where they're supposed to be? Are they up in front or are they a little behind? Look up there, Charlie. What do you think?
A little up in front, but I mean,
Yeah,
with the
a little
driver,
up, but yeah, like David said with the driver, that's fine.
One of the things we're talking about with hands, guys, is the left arm, for right-handed player, the left arm is pretty much straight, and it's almost the extension of the golf club. Is that correct? So the hands are always going to be just a little bit in front, almost like the end of the club is pointing at your left pocket if you're right-handed, okay? Think about that. So when he hits that golf ball, guys, is he pulling the club in the ball or is he throwing the club in the ball? Pulling the club into the ball, kind of like baseball, right? Okay? Pull the club into the ball. That's pretty good, right? All right. Now you're just itching to hit a golf ball, aren't you?
Kind of.
Oh, you're itching to hit one. Okay, let's tee up one here. Let's see him hit a driver for us. Got a tee? Guys, come on over here. Let's see. This is the first evaluation, guys, right here. How about that one, huh? A little draw?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's right. That's pretty, yeah, right? Yeah.
My 2 shots for him tomorrow.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right. So, David, why don't you hit a 5-iron? That's some good posture. Hit a 5-iron up there.
Okay.
Okay.
So like Sean said, it's a little bit about ball position. So yeah, I kind of like it to be a little bit forward of center, in between center and my front left foot, and yeah, I get my good grip. I do like to take slightly a divot. If I don't, it's not that big of a deal to me. But if I take a little bit of a divot, it's usually a good sign. So slight divot, not a whole lot, but get it pretty solid. A little cut out there.
All right, Sean, jump up there. What club are you hitting, Sean?
This is a 4-iron.
Okay, so a little bit longer iron.
Yep.
Okay. You can watch his knees, legs. Watch his hand position. David, is back straight? Knees, legs?
Yep, looks good to me. Yeah.
That's pretty good right there. Jump in there, Charlie. Charlie, as you're getting ready to hit this one, I know Sean talked about balance.
Right.
So what does he mean by balance? So talk a little bit why that is important in the golf swing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, obviously, like you want to stay centered as best as you can, just to eliminate as many variables as possible throughout the golf swing. So for me, I like to feel like when I set up to the ball, I first like to feel like my weight's kind of underneath the middle of my shoelaces, and then I kind of try to bend over from there and keep my back flat, and then wherever my arms or hands end up after that is where they're going to be. And so for this, for a 5-iron, I'll play it a little further up in my stance, closer to my front foot, and then I'll just try to make a similar swing as to any other iron.
Sean, talk about his divot here. You got a deep divot or shallow divot? What was that?
That's a little steep for a 5-iron, but I mean, normally I would say a little bit less than that, because it's a longer iron. You don't want to make too much of a divot. You want to make sure that you just feel like you just raise or grabs, even with a little bit of divot. That would be about right.
Right? Okay, Sean, get up there and hit a couple shots for us, okay? What club are you hitting, Sean?
This is a 4-iron.
4-iron. So you're not going to make much divot, okay? Do you ever ever hit that forehand off the tee?
Yes.
Why?
I would hit off long par threes or short par fours just to get in position for my next shot to the green.
Or if you're a junior golfer, how far down the set might you hit it off the tee? What do you think?
I would say I don't think you should take that much divot if you're putting on a tee because the ball itself is already teed up. And if you're hitting down and making a divot, I feel like that you're just gonna hit it high off the face.
So maybe a 5-iron as much as a junior golfer might hit off the tee when he's starting to play that. Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see you have a couple. You're gonna hit one off the ground, then we're gonna let you tee one up and see if there's any difference. Okay. Again, a shallow divot. All right, so let's see you hit one off of a tee here, okay?
How far do you usually hit them, club?
About 215, 220.
Ooh, that's farther than I can go on a holiday sometimes, okay? So guys, very little divot there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Junior golfers, remember, when you're playing a par 3, don't be afraid to tee it up. It's easier. The ball's already off the ground. All right, perfect. We've got another question that's came in here about what happens if you're not playing your best in a round of golf. How do you stay focused and continue in the round? Who wants to try that one? We'll do it first. I want to hear all your questions.
I think the main thing you can focus on is to focus on the next shot. Clear your mind on every other shot you just hit and focus on the next shot. That's all you can do. And then fix whatever mistake you had in the round after the round.
Yeah, I would say, like Sean said, sometimes your biggest friend is a short-term memory. Just always focus on the next shot. There's nothing you can do about the past, so just focus on the future. Even if the round's gone, there's never any value in giving up. So just always focus on the next shot.
Yeah, I would say for me, the biggest thing is to just trust in your abilities. Every one of us have probably hit thousands, if not millions, of golf balls on the range, so we know what we're doing. We know we've hit good shots before. So if you trust that your execution on the range is good, that you can hit good shots moving forward. So like Charlie said, having a good short-term memory is really good to have. Just having a positive mindset while you're out there.
Perfect. Okay, so I know they all wants to see you hit some drivers. Why don't you guys grab your drivers? I'll let you each hit a few drivers. We're going to have some fun in a minute, maybe some trick shots. Maybe we can get Ryan involved. All right, Sean, why don't you hit driver first for us? Okay? It's still the same basic fundamentals, correct?
Yep.
How high do you tee it up?
I feel like it varies for everyone. I think whatever feels comfortable for you will be best. I usually tee it up just a little bit above the club face.
Okay. All right. Talk about ball position when you get over it, okay?
So with the driver, you want to put your ball just on your left heel.
For a right-handed player.
For a right-handed player, yes.
How about that one? That ball didn't move. That was a frozen rope right there. All right, go in there, David. David, you're not quite as tall as Sean. Does that make any difference on ball position?
No, not for me. I kind of like to feel the same way off the inside heel, off my left heel for a right-hander, off your right heel for a left-handed player. But for me, because it's on a tee, you're able to hit up on the ball. It's suspended in the air, so you're able to hit up. Don't want to be hitting down on this one.
No divots.
No divots.
Another great golf shot. A little draw there. Right to left movement. Charlie, tough act to follow there.
Yeah, I know.
Now these guys, you know, San Jose State, Arizona, they probably go to class 3 to 4 hours a day, have some time to study, and then they go spend the rest of the day playing golf, right? Pretty much that, right?
Yeah.
Is it different in Naval Academy?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. We usually wake up in the morning, go to formation at 7 a.m. And then it's pretty much a high school schedule. So you have 6 periods, which starts at 7:55, ends at 3. Then we get about from like 3:30 to 5:30 at the course. Come back, eat dinner, do homework, go to bed, and that's pretty much on repeat for the whole semester. So.
And we appreciate what you do and what you're going to do in your future career.
Thank you.
All right, let's see you hit a drive.
All right.
How about that one? A little right to left. Okay, Ryan. Come on, bud. Do you normally get up at about 7 o'clock and go to formation?
No, I don't.
That's pretty good right there. Little draw also. Okay, so before we get to having some fun with some trick shots and things like that, let's think about a rules question. I know that's part of the game. You guys had to all learn the rules. Those of us who are old had to learn them again a couple of years ago because they all changed. David, you got a rules question for me you can drink up for the kids?
Yeah, so if you can respond to this, that'd be great. When you're taking a drop from a penalty area, how many club lengths can you take when you're using that sort of drop?
Great question. We hope it comes in, and we'll see who it is, and hopefully we'll know who actually sent us the correct answer. All right, Sean, have you got a question?
Yeah. So what happens when you hit it out of bounds? Do you hit it, do you take a drop from where you hit it, or do you re-tee it and you hit it from the tee?
All right, here's the second question. Here's the third one.
When you find your ball on a cart path, how many club lengths of relief do you get?
Perfect. So we're waiting to see if some of the juniors out there around the country respond to those. We're going to keep on going right here. So talk a little bit about what you do at the Naval Academy. You're a senior, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So what's next? What will happen? I'm assuming
Professional golf, that'd be a little tough given my schedule for the next 5 or 6 years. So upon graduation in May, I'll be commissioned as an officer. And then around September time, I'll be going to intelligence school in Virginia Beach and pursuing a career in naval intelligence for at least the next 5 years. And then after that, we'll see.
Fantastic. Now, there was a pretty famous Navy college golfer that's now on the PGA Tour. Who's that?
That would be Billy Hurley.
Former Homer Cupper, captain of the golf team. And he's a very successful player on tour, so who knows? Maybe Charlie will be there as well, okay? All right, so we got any of those questions back? We have any answers? Tough questions, okay? All right, Sean. What's next for you?
I think just finish out college in the next 5 months, and then hopefully I get inside of top 15 like PGA University. If I do, great. I can earn a status on Mackenzie Tour or Korn Ferry Tour. If not, I'll do Q School. I'll sign up for Q School maybe in the summer, and we'll go from there.
So Sean, help me here. Now, you're from Taiwan.
Yes,
Do you have to go back and do military service in Taiwan?
I do. Yes.
Talk about that.
Normally it's 2 years. It has been cut to 1 year. But I've represented Taiwan to play Asia Pacific AM last year, I believe, in August, and I can use that to cut my military time to 2 months or 2 weeks. Sorry.
And Ryan, when are you enlisting for the military? No, I'm sorry. Okay. David, what's next?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Sean, but no military for me yet, or as of right now. But yeah, I'm going to be doing playing college golf for the next 5 months, and then after that, depending on what the PGA Tour University goes by, I'll either be doing a Q school for the Mackenzie Tour up in Canada, if they have it, still up in the air for that, and then just try to work my way to the PGA Tour.
So two of you talked about PGA Tour University. That's something brand new. PGA Tour started this, announced it a year ago. And basically, if you complete your eligibility and school, and you worked your way up a national ranking, then you can earn status right out onto the Korn Ferry Tour. It's not like the NBA or NFL draft, but you can actually do what you do in college to get out there. It's a new thing. It's very important to college golf, but it's also about staying in school, guys. Is that right?
Yes.
The award, staying in school, getting the degree while you're playing golf. Okay, so that's really important. All right, so now it's going to have some fun. Okay, everybody likes to hit trick shots, right? And I challenged these guys earlier. What could they do that we could then have Ryan do it against them? Okay, so I said I think these guys need to hit it off of their knees, a driver off their knees against Ryan, and then we're going to figure out who hit it the farthest. How about that? So Charlie, are you up? Are you first one? Okay. You're going to get on your knees. Come on over here, Ryan. Here's the fun part of this, Ryan. You get to heckle him. You get to mess with him, okay? Fair enough? Think you can do that?
Yes.
All right.
Let's hear it, Ryan.
So if we don't change this one, I'm kind of open for it though.
Oh, low and left.
Almost a shank.
Oh, my.
A little chunky.
A little better for me.
Huh?
Opposite of a shank.
Okay, Ryan, you get up there. Let's see. You hit one. Let's see if you hit it better than Charlie did. And you guys, we have to, I mean, we would never think about heckling Ryan, would we?
Never. When are you going to grow up and get tall, huh?
Who hit it the farthest?
Yeah,
It's Ryan. There, Ryan.
Probably,
Well,
definitely.
you got Navy down. Okay, David, you're up next. But here we go. You got to get creative, Ryan. You got to heckle him. Think of that you're like you're at school.
Give me your worst.
Come on, man. Don't let a 10-year-old beat you.
I thought Ryan was just heckling
Ryan,
me.
come on.
That was pretty good. Going left though.
Is it going left?
That's not a fairway
Do
finder.
you want him to have to hit another one?
Yes.
Because you didn't really see where that one. You didn't get a chance to heckle him, so you need to hit him another one, right? You need to hit another one, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's tough to keep balance on the knees. It's not like your feet.
Well, that was pretty bad.
I'll take the first one any day.
All right, Ryan, you're up there. Yeah, Ryan was kind of going. He wanted to know who's ranked higher, Arizona State in golf.
I think last year was Arizona State, but hey, it's a new year, new us.
It's 2020, right?
It's 2020. We'll be
Okay,
better
next
in
on the tee,
2021.
playing out of habit, Ryan. Oh, look at this.
That
What do
was
you
way-
think, guys?
That was way deeper
I'll
than
take
mine.
Wait, that's this Ryan again. He's 2
Yeah.
for 2. And now,
All right, I'll give it a shot.
I was expecting a little more confidence. But
so you said you played baseball.
A little bit.
Were you a home run hitter?
Probably not.
Oh, I think he caught all that one.
Pop fly.
Pop fly.
Ryan, can you handle a Taiwan flash, huh?
We're gonna see.
Let's see it.
Here's the DJ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You hit it straighter than all of us.
That's pretty good right there. Okay, guys, do we have any answers for the questions? Okay, so who had the first question? I'm going to let you give the answer, okay? Who did the first question?
I did.
Repeat the question. I'll give the answer.
So the question was, how many club lengths do you take when you decide to take the entrance point of a penalty area drop? And the answer is you get 2 club lengths for a penalty area drop.
All right, next question.
So my question was, what happens if you hit it out of bounds? Do you go over to where your ball entered and drop and hit it, or do you re-tee it and add a penalty stroke? So the answer is you have to re-tee it no matter what, and you have to add a penalty stroke to it as well.
Mine was how many club lengths do you get if you find your ball on a cart path, which would also play true in a sprinkler head as well, and it's 1 club length.
Fantastic. So we've got one last question for all of you. And let's talk to Ryan and give him some advice here, okay? I know you're all going to have a little different perspective on this one. What's the difference between junior golf and college golf? And if you want to play college golf as a junior, what should you focus on?
So I think the biggest difference between junior golf and college golf is just the caliber of players you're going to be playing against. They're from all over the world and all over the country, and they're really good. And I think just like the biggest thing is just making sure you just work to improve every day. Because for me, I started out, I was averaging about 73 my freshman year, and I just was out there working, just trying to get better. And the better you get, the older you get, the more experience you'll have. Will kind of help you progress further, get to the top ranks, be able to play in tournaments like these, where you're competing against some of the best college players in the country. And so if you want to play in college, which I'm assuming you do, it's really important just to practice and just try to get better every day.
I think just to enjoy the game, just keep having fun, play tournaments as much as you can, get the experience up, and send the results to your coaches or to your golf or college coaches. I think the best tip I can give you is trust the process. Don't give up. Realize what your dream is. Keep focusing on that, and have fun.
Yeah, going off of David and Sean, I would say, just day in and day out, putting in the time, and just gaining as much experience as you can throughout your junior career. I heard a great quote. It's like putting pennies in a jar every day, and then one day you'll have $100. So I think just kind of live by that. You'll end up in a pretty good spot. And one of the big differences that I love about college golf and junior golf is you're part of a team. And the work that you put in not only benefits you, but benefits your team. And that's something unique to the game of golf, which is, we don't really see a lot of it professionally, except in the Ryder Cup. So that's something that I've really appreciated.
Guys, and finally now, Ryan, 5th grade, you're 10. You said you want to play junior golf. Right here on national streaming TV, basically. Go ahead. Where are you going to commit to play college golf? No, I'm just kidding. Where do you want to play college golf?
I mean, I don't really know where I want to play college golf yet, but my goal is just to try and beat my dad. That's all I'm trying to get to. Have fun, try and beat him and beat my brothers and everybody.
It's all right. You can say U of A.
We were trying to coax a commitment out of you. We didn't get it. You're playing the field really well there, okay? So, everybody out there that's watching today, I want to thank Charlie, Sean, David, and of course Ryan for being here. This is the first time we've tried to do a virtual junior clinic. We make it up as we go. We hope you got something out of it. We hope you learned a little bit. And again, we want to thank the Ping Golf Company and Prodi G Golf Clubs for being the sponsor for our junior clinic. Till next year.
Hi everyone, John Kaselheim here. With summer soon upon us and golf courses busy with families enjoying some well-deserved time outside, I wanted to talk to all you parents and kids about our custom engineered, custom fit, and custom built Prodi G junior clubs. Ideally suited for juniors aged 7 to 13, the Prodi G line is developed by the same team of engineers who create all of our high-performance clubs. That means juniors get to experience a lot of the same technology as our tour pros. You can buy any combination of the lighter weight clubs from driver to putter. And we even have 2 sizes of an ultra lightweight stand bag. The clubs are custom built by our team of craftsmen here in Phoenix, Arizona, with each club in the set undergoing the same precision process as our adult clubs to ensure the same quality, performance, and reliability that Ping clubs are known for. Of course, before we custom build them, we want your junior to be custom fit. Our data scientists have developed an easy-to-use online fitting tool that provides recommendations for club length, flex, lie angle, and set makeup. I encourage you and your junior golfer to experience the process in the fitting section on our website. We also know some parents are hesitant to invest in premium clubs, knowing their kids may soon grow out of them. We feel your pain. That's why we developed the Prodi G Get Golf Growing program. Here's how it works. Purchase 5 more Prodi G clubs in one transaction and receive a one-time free upgrade to the club specifications. This includes reshafting, lengthening or shortening, reweighting, and regripping. It's like getting 2 sets for the price of 1. You can find all of the details of the program at ping.com. And for those of you looking for opportunities for your kids to get involved in golf this summer, I strongly encourage you to sign up for the PGA Junior League. It's a wonderful and safe way for your kids to have some fun this summer and fall in love with a game they can play for a lifetime. Have a great summer on the golf course, and let's get golf growing.